Hey guys, I'm here with Caitlin. We just wanted to shoot a quick video. I think everybody around the gym knows Caitlin and has seen Caitlin. You might have even gone to Wadapalooza to support her a couple weeks ago, which we're not going to talk too much about today, even though I know you want to recap all that.
Yeah.
But we haven't really gotten a chance to really give her a microphone and kind of tell her story and tell about what she's done athletically and coaching wise since she's officially been a member of the coaching staff. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and just take us up through let's talk athletics first. Take us through young through your college career.
Okay. So always been a tomboy pretty much my whole life. I have a twin brother, so I was always the one girl with all guys hanging out, playing all different sports, street hockey, basketball, football, baseball, all the things. And so I originally started softball when I was 8 years old, and then grew into also playing volleyball as well. And then I took those two sports pretty seriously all the way through middle school and high school, playing travel for both sports as well as in high school. And then as when recruiting started happening, it was kind of like needing to figure out which one you were going to pick.
One or the other.
And it was kind of like you need to start figuring out which path you're gonna take. So
did Cody play more than just baseball too, or?
Yeah, Cody, it was more baseball.
Okay.
He focused all.
So he didn't
on
have two
baseball.
like you did.
Right.
Got it. So you're better rounded, more well rounded than he is.
Cody's very athletic. Yes. So it came down to that, and I was starting getting recruited a lot more for softball. So really took interest to a lot of schools, went on a lot of visits. All the Florida schools went on all those visits there, and also went to Georgia Tech, Georgia, Auburn, you name it. Went to all different schools to visit, and I ultimately landed on NC State and decided to go to NC State to
What's
pursue
the hand gesture again?
What? My wolf pack. And play my softball career there for 4 years, and absolutely loved it. Had the best time ever playing, and definitely cherished those moments of playing at NC State. And yeah.
So what were some personal accolades and then team accolades that you had throughout your career at NC State?
So I definitely, my senior year was my best year. I had 14 home runs, 11 doubles, led a second on the team with batting average. I think it was 295 or something like that. And then I went on that year, was second team All ACC, ACC Player of the Week. Definitely had multiple home run games, so 2 or more home runs in a game.
That's what multiple means?
I'm sorry. So anyways.
So
yeah.
actually the title of this video on YouTube can probably be
Multiple.
What does multiple mean with Caitlin Hernandez?
Anyways, so yeah, that was definitely my best season, and had a great time. And then for team, that year we ended up winning the ACC championship that year.
Sick.
And went to regionals, and then we lost in regionals. But it was overall the best season that we've ever had. We were kind of like the Cinderella team. We only had 14 players.
And with softball, it's all the division champs or all the conference champs go to the tournament.
Right, but there's different stages. So
Okay.
you go from your conference, and you go to regionals, and you go to super regionals, and then you go to the World Series.
Kind of like with basketball, it's the round of 64,
Correct.
the round of 32.
Yeah,
Got
and
it.
then it keeps going down.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you have to be a conference champ.
No, you don't have to. It's off a strength of schedule.
Got it.
And
So so there's a ranking system.
correct.
But then if you're
win your
conference champ,
conference,
you're
you're
in.
automatically
Got it.
in.
Like basketball.
Yep.
It makes sense.
Exactly.
Last, and this is not one of the podcasts, but last podcast, Tyler and I talked about fitness and how the cool things about fitness you can take away outside of the gym, not just physically, but mentally as well. So obviously playing D1 athletics is sick. Mm-hmm. What do you feel like you took away from that mentally? Like I'm sure you went into college as one person and came out as another. Not just because that's a formative 4 years, but what did you learn about yourself and just about life through sport in that time?
Yeah, learning failure, because our sport is a lot. You fail more than you succeed.
Which is,
Which is
there's
crazy.
no sport that's more true with than baseball and softball.
Yeah, so you actually, if it's 3 out of 10 times, you're succeeding.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
And you're sick as fuck if you're doing it like that.
Yeah. So learning how to fail and overcome that, especially, like I said, even in your at-bats, or just if you miss a ground ball or something, just learning how to bounce back from that really quick, because you could get a ball hit to you the next pitch. And same with your at-bat. If you swing and miss and you look like an idiot, you still have 2 more strikes that you have to, suck it up and figure it out and still have an at-bat. So pretty much that, overcoming failure and learning how to push through, and also just learning how to be a good teammate, learning how to be a good employee when it comes to the workforce. We all work as a team. So how do we help each other? How to become a leader? How to help your teammate when they're down? Because we all need that in life at some point. We're not all going to have our best days. We're not all going to be on our A game.
Yeah.
So so just learning all that and taking it into life.
So now, like, back in chronological order, I think you mentioned before, like, after college you started coaching. So what did that look like?
So then after college, I went.
So you graduated in college in what year?
2013.
Okay. So now we're in 2013 right now, or we're in 2014?
No, we're in 2014, and I went home and I started coaching softball at our high school at Park Vista. Coached there for a year, was an assistant coach. And then I interviewed for a job at Hofstra University to be an assistant coach up there in New York, and got that job. So I think I was 22 or 23 at that time, and moved up to New York, and was an assistant coach there. And
is that like upstate? Is Hofstra?
It's in Long Island.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So they're in the CAA conference. So that year we ended up winning our conference, taking our team to win, and then we were regional coaching staff of the year.
Oh,
so
sick.
That was really awesome. Definitely a huge accomplishment, especially being first year, learning how to coach, learning to be on the other side.
Yeah. Like a pretty quick turnaround too.
Yeah.
Like, was there a season off, or was your next season?
It was my next season, if I remember correctly. It might have been a season off.
Okay.
Because I did do the high school, and then to them season off. But it was very different, because you were still in such a player mode of wanting to, like, I can just do it. Like,
give me the bat.
Like, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
And like learning how to now, what did I do, and how can I give my knowledge back to these players, and breaking it down and learning the lingo of like what resonates with you, what clicks with you to bring out the best in you as a player.
Yeah.
Which I loved that aspect. Loved getting to know my girls. They were awesome and very receptive to me as a coach, because at first I thought I was going to be a little bit too close of an age.
Yeah.
Was hoping that they would respect me, and they sure did. And I was definitely had a great mentor. Our head coach was phenomenal. She was so knowledgeable of the sport.
Is she still coaching now?
Still coaching. She's at Mizzou.
At Mizzou, okay.
So definitely very blessed with learning more from her. So had a great time coaching, and then the only reason why I stopped coaching was my mom was diagnosed with brain cancer, so I moved home to be home with her, and that's when my coaching career ultimately just was on pause because of that. Yeah.
And then what'd you do? What'd you just do, like, career-wise after that? So coaching was kind of done, and then you got into like fundraising, right? Immediately?
So, no, not immediately. So I kind of was like, didn't know where to go. I lost my sport. I lost
Who
my
am I?
mom. I had a lot of loss that happened. So I was kind of like, where do I go now, and what do I do? And at the time, I did get my personal trainer certification, so I did start doing personal training. But I also was doing a part-time job with the construction company. And we were actually started a foundation. This is how I got into fundraising for my mom. We started a charity in honor of her, and they had a naming opportunity at Boca Regional Hospital. So my dad and I went over to see what naming opportunity was there, and I was walking around with one of the development directors and just chatting, getting to know her. And she was like, you know, we have a position open, and I think you'd be really perfect for it. And I was like, what? And I was like, I guess this is God's way of telling me, like, this is my next step and something to venture into. And because I really wanted to get out from the desk. I didn't want to be in construction. I just wanted to find something else. And so I applied and I got the job, and that's how I got into fundraising and event planning and at Boca Regional Hospital. And I was there for 3 years, and then went on to the American Heart Association and was a development director there for 3 years as well. But ultimately, my heart has always been in sports and has always been in athletics. So, you know, just kind of pulled on my heartstrings to get back into this.
Nice. So back to the coaching aspect for a second. So we all, like, growing up, we all have, like, coaches that we remember, coaches that we don't remember, and then coaches that had, like, specific nuances that for whatever reason, like, really resonated. Like, you know, we had that coach that was like a dick, but it worked. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we had coaches that were really, really passionate, and they weren't really like yellers or whistleblowers per se. You know what I mean? So when you were coaching softball, and I think that you did a lot of, like, personal training stuff with softball also, right? What type of, like, coaching style did you feel like you resonated with? Were you like a really heartfelt, like?
I think I'm more of the heartfelt. Just
like not much of a boot camp type of person.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to listen to my athlete and, like, understand where they're coming from and show them that I believe in them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just need belief.
Right.
And ultimately, and so if they know that you are 100% backing them, it's just
a lot
tell.
of things can happen. So now, like, fast forward now, you know, you're kind of getting back into coaching.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's still kind of your, like, vibe and style?
Yes.
I don't think I've seen you yell at anybody in here yet,
No.
so I kind of knew the answer to that. But and I would feel sorry. I wouldn't want to know what that person did to get you to yell at them.
No.
That would not be a good day.
Yes.
So last couple things now, and switching back to, like, athlete mode. So you played softball, and then I'm sure, like, all your gym stuff through, you know, high school and especially college was, like, very sports specific.
Very sports specific.
So then you finished college, and then what were you doing fitness wise?
So after college, I kind of gained freshman 15 a little bit.
After college?
No, during college.
Okay, got it.
And then I started realizing, like, this needs to stop.
I gotta pull up your Instagram.
And I remember one time my mom was like, "Kaylin, are you sure you want to go for that second plate?" Because she was so sweet.
And that was the eye opener.
Yeah.
Was it that moment?
Oh, maybe I shouldn't. So. I started realizing that in college, so I started dialing into my nutrition and stuff more in, like, my junior and senior year. But again, we didn't really know much about nutrition. Like, I am still, I wish I knew what I knew now in college.
I mean, the age-old thing.
Yeah, because I was the typical
eat less,
literally not
stay
eat
away
all
from
day.
carbs.
And you're practicing for 6 hours, and you have, you're weightlifting after. And I was just running on fumes, and after college, I really wanted to, like, lose, because obviously softball they build you up. They want you to be power. Mine was, like, more to be a power hitter. They want you to be really strong, and they didn't really care sometimes about your nutrition either.
And
like,
about
especially
your body composition.
Yeah, they didn't care. As long as you're performing, they don't care.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to dial that in after college. So I was honestly looking into do, like, the bodybuilding shows, and that's how and that's how I lost the weight. But then I started realizing I like lifting heavy. I like a barbell. I don't like bodybuilding. I think it's boring, and I don't want to starve myself, nor do I see myself posing on a stage in a bikini.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I thought that was going to be the first thing that you said.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that. Yeah.
At all. So, like, this is not me, like, not my personality. So then I started just getting back in, because I was now at Hofstra, and obviously lifting with the strength guys there. So back into that, and just always around, again, but more sports specific and everything like that still. And then it wasn't until when I moved back home that I was like, I need to find my like something to compete in again. I need to find something, because like I said, I had a lot of loss. Yeah. I need something to give my goals and to have a drive and focus on again. And that's when I started. I ended up going to Hugh, and that was just something more of just like getting into, because I always knew CrossFit, but I was like always kind of scared of it at first, because I was like, I don't know if I'm like can do this.
Yeah.
And so I like dabbled in the Hugh, and then I was like, you know what? I was watching the CrossFit Games. I knew Camille LeBlanc. I thought that she was like my idol.
Yeah.
And so I was like, screw this, I'm going to try CrossFit. And then that's when I came here, and it's been no looking back ever since.
Yeah,
like
good.
this is all I want to do and focus on.
And so along those lines, and last question, what are your goals for the 2023 Open? Since we're like right here, we might as well.
Oh gosh, making semifinals would be absolutely the dream of all dreams. Definitely, or being that 100 position for the quarterfinals, like even if it's not the semifinal, but at least doing a lot better than
like in the hundreds, like 199
Correct.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like like sub 200, you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good goal.
Yeah.
That's a good goal.
So that's where I'm at
Cool.
right now. Yeah.
Cool. Did you have anything else to add?
No.
All right.